Hi everybody, welcome back. Manic Misfit here. I wanted to touch on something this week that I had only mentioned slightly, very vaguely in the past. Part of my big deal with the anxiety, with depression, with paranoia, with all of these things that I deal with for the most part on my own. I have done therapy. It all stemmed from addiction. I will apologize ahead of time if I get amped up, if I swear more in this one, but I have very, very strong feelings on this. And the biggest thing that has popped out this time is people saying that it's not a disease. I don't care how you categorize it. This is my opinion and my opinion alone, and I understand that not everybody's going to feel the same way about things. They're not going to always agree with me. It's not going to be what everybody else feels all the time. But here goes. You cannot tell me that at any point in my life, with a clear mind, that I would ever think that addiction and the stupid shit that comes with it is okay. At no point would I have ever done the things I have done in my past if I was of sound mind. I'm not using it as an excuse. I'm not using it as a cop-out. I'm not using it as a reason to get sympathy. It's just exactly what it is. It's ugly, it's dark, and it's caused me more pain, anguish, guilt, shame, and turmoil than any one person should endure. I know I'm not the only one. To tell somebody that, regardless of how you label it, an addiction is something that you choose to do and you shouldn't get sympathy for things like that. Everybody makes choices in life. Everybody makes choices that decide the future. If you don't make positive moves to moving forward, to doing good things, if you don't go to school to get degrees, to get a better job, that good doesn't happen. So if you don't do stupid shit, get in trouble, end up in jail, you don't end up down the wrong path. And you can't tell me that anybody wants that. Just like somebody would eat too much, just like somebody would spend too much, play too much lottery, casinos, gambling, drinking, drugs, it doesn't matter what it is. If you can't control yourself, it's an addiction. And most of the time, you don't find out until it's way too late that you are too far gone. And for people to say they make a choice in the matter, yes, they did make a choice in the matter. But just like people that smoke, they're just like people that eat too much candy and become diabetic, or too much sugar. I understand there are chemical reasons for each person that decide outcomes on things, but everybody makes choices in life. You can smoke for 30 years. I'm not saying you deserve to have any issues from that. I'm not saying that by eating a bunch of red meat and fatty foods and everything, you deserve heart disease. Nobody's saying that. But don't tell somebody that they deserve to lose everything, lose their family, lose their loved ones, lose their jobs, their homes, their money, their self-respect because of the choices they made. Everybody can choose to come back, but nobody is in the right mind. Everybody is afraid. Everybody is ashamed. Nobody likes to ask for help when they know that they're that far gone. This is one of the most annoying things to me, to ever listen to somebody sit there and say, you chose to do it. Yeah. Alcoholics choose to drink. People that are addicted to food overeat. People that are addicted to gambling spend everything they have, just like every other addict. So when I see stuff and people say, oh, the poor little rich girl, about Demi Lovato, the fuck does it matter how much money she has? Addicts are some of the most resourceful, smart, sneaky people ever. But there's hope. I'm not saying that you, as a family member or a friend or somebody from the outside, is going to understand it. But you should try and educate yourself about it. You can't sit there and tell me that if you have a loved one, someone in your family that you love so much unconditionally without any thought or question in the matter. What if you found out that they were secretly addicted to pain pills, to drinking, to gambling, to stealing? What if they were just addicted to stealing? You can't tell me that you wouldn't come to their aid, their defense, and say, that's not her, that's not him. They would never do that if they were in the right mind. It's always easy to make somebody else feel bad. It's always easy to make somebody else feel small and shamed and scared because you can walk away. There is no person in life that wants death more than somebody that is spun out of control. They're in there, but it's not that person that you see. You see your brother, sister, friend, cousin, parent, aunt, uncle. It doesn't matter. You see them, but that's not their mind. It's not their mind. So for anybody to sit there and tell me that they deserve what they get, I understand it. But who are you to decide? You can love people from afar. You can have hope. But you don't have to help. You can give them resources. You can find phone numbers, rehabs. There are all sorts of resource centers anywhere that will help people try and find ways to get into rehabs. It was so much easier for me to find a way to be high for a few more hours than it was to get clean. I got locked up. I lost people that I loved. Still losing people that I love. But in the end, changes have to be made to continue to a positive future. I've been clean now for over 4 years. I never thought that would happen. I prayed for death. I prayed for death so my children wouldn't suffer anymore, so my family wouldn't suffer anymore, so my husband wouldn't suffer because of me anymore. I thought that was the way out. But rehab saved me. And as much as I want to go back and try and help other people, I want to help the cause, I'm not allowed in there. They said because of my background, I'm not allowed in there. That background is what got me there to begin with. And I'm very grateful for that. But to be in a rehab and see somebody come in and they have 25 years of clean time. They have 10 years of clean time. That destroys an addict's confidence because they can't think about a month from now, a day from now. How are they going to make it through the rest of the day? They need to have people that are new and clean time to see that recovery is possible. If you have support and you work on yourself and you do the therapy and you put time in figuring out and breaking down everything mentally, spiritually, and outwardly with family and friends, you have to earn back trust. You have to earn back so much with so many people. And it's not easy. It's so worth it though. All the stress, the anxiety, the fear of failure that I have now, at least it's coming from a place that I'm still working towards a future. So for people to say that they deserve it, no addict deserves to be shamed, because that's what keeps people from coming forward and asking for help. The shame is how a lot of people die. Because they'd rather ask for help, but they can't. I'd be dead if it wasn't for my husband. Back then, no matter what, it was about that drug, but when it came to life or death, he saved me. He could have ran like so many addicts that don't want to deal with cops or paramedics or anything. Do you know I had a cop tell me? Visually I couldn't see anything. But after the paddles on my chest, feels good. After the paddles, I shot up and threw up. And all I could hear is, I hope she shit her pants. Why? What did I do to him? Nothing personally. But why would somebody say that? It's cruel. But here I am over 4 years later and doing my best to pay it forward for my second chance at life. So if you know somebody, try and educate yourself. Try and learn. Try to understand. And most of all, try to love and not shame them. Thank you guys.